Hello, this is Kevin Knebl, and I want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy day to watch this brief video explaining what I do and how I add value to my clients. What I used to do for a living years ago is I used to be in sales, and I was either the top or one of the top producing salespeople for small, medium, and Fortune 500 companies. That led into a full-time speaking career about 15 years ago. For about the first 10 of the last 15 years, I was primarily training organizations and speaking to associations, keynoting conferences on how to effectively network. Not schmoozing, not throwing business cards at people after a chamber event, but how do you build and sustain mutually beneficial win-win relationships that lead to revenue? Didn't know it at the time, but when they started inventing things like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, social media platforms, I was an early adopter on those platforms, and what I didn't know was that all of the skills that I was teaching, the interpersonal, relational, networking skills that I had been teaching for so many years, are completely applicable to online social media platforms. And that might sound very obvious, but it's not. Many people use these platforms as a way to spam or be intrusive or just bug people. What I do is I speak on an almost daily basis all around the US and internationally, and I help organizations. Many companies bring me in to talk. I speak at conferences, I keynote association meetings, and really my sweet spot is I work with a lot of sales-driven organizations and show them how to use these online tools for lead generation and business development purposes without being perceived as a stalker or a spammer. A lot of these folks think they have to be technical or have tape on their glasses or a pocket protector, and I show them no, you don't have to have that at all. As long as you can surf the internet and you can check your email, you're pretty much good to go. And when you combine online social networking platforms with traditional offline people skills, the results can be tremendous, even to the point that McGraw-Hill recently commissioned me to write a book specifically for salespeople on lead generation and business development purposes. That book will be coming out here shortly, and I'm pretty darn excited about that. So, how I add value to organizations: I work with companies, I work with conferences, things like that. I train people and I speak to people, and I advise organizations on how to use these tools most effectively. My speaking style has been described as a blend of stimulating teacher, therapist, and stand-up comedian. I use a lot of humor in my training because when people are laughing and having a great time, they learn so much more quickly. The other takeaway is that regardless of whether my presentation is anywhere from a short 1-hour presentation to a full-day event, people come away with immediately applicable strategies and methodologies to use that right out of the gate will help them increase their visibility, showcase their credibility, and ultimately grow theirs and their organization's revenues. I'm very easy to find. You can find my website at kevinknebl.com. That's KEVINKNEBL.com. Or you can look at my LinkedIn profile at linkedin.com/in/Kevin Knebl. And by the way, I've been using LinkedIn for 8 years. I have more recommendations on my LinkedIn profile than anybody else in the world. There's over 100 million people worldwide on LinkedIn. I have over 850 client endorsements and testimonials. You can also follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Kevin Knebl. KEVINKNEBL. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your busy day. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to getting to know you better and hopefully adding massive value to you, your organization, or your clients. Thanks.